Hey there, and welcome back to the video series. So we've done the database, MongoDB, in the previous videos. Next up is that we will try to set up our dependencies and talk about what we're going to use for this project, what dependencies we're going to need for this. So what we need to do is we need to download Node.js. There's a button here for Node.js, the long-term support, version 22, and this will open up a file that you need to run and install and stuff like this for your operating system. You can do this, and then you can also test out when you type in node-v what is the version of Node, and we can see it says 22.13, so that is okay, that is just fine. Then we need to start creating our project, and we're going to use Express, we're going to use TypeScript, but this will be something that we do in the project in here. Okay, so, and I have a terminal running, so I can run commands, and this one is using ZSH. It could be bash, it can be the command prompt, as long as you can run commands like node and npm commands. So first off, I have a GitHub repository for this, and I have a git ignore with a lot of ignored files. Probably not going to use these files, but we will change this a little bit, add env files that we don't want to go to GitHub. Okay, so first off, what we need to do is we need to initialize a new project. So we're going to run npm init. So I'm just going to expand this one here, and we can see it's going to help us. What is the package name? It says my folder is called MENTS API, and that is because it's called the Mongo and Express and Node on TypeScript. So I think this is okay. The version 1, it's okay. Description, you can put whatever you want in here. Mongo, Express, Node, TypeScript API, and it is actually a REST API, so let's put this in here. Now the entry point, it is suggesting that we use index.js. Now we're going to use TypeScript, but for now let's just leave it at this. We can always modify this later on. So this is where the application will start. Test commands. If we had some tests, we could put this already now. We will modify this later on if we need some tests. Git repository, yes, it has found it. Let's just put this, the keywords, and the author, license, and hit OK. Then we can see that we just need to type in yes, and it will create a package.json file here. We can see with all the information, and it's very nice. So let's clear the terminal here. So now we need to do the installation to all our dependencies. So the first thing we need to do is we need to install some packages. Among others, we need Express. And we can see it is suggesting a lot of cool things here. Let's just see what we need. Express, we need that. We need also MongoDB driver for MongoDB Atlas. We also need something called Mongoose, which is an ORM, Object Relational Mapper, that will help us do some validations, create some models for Mongo. Then we're going to need Joy to validate our models as well, to test if the inputs is correct. We're going to need .env, if I can put this correctly here, .env flow. Then we can use our .env files to have confidential information like the database host, password, key, and everything that we want. And then cross env is something we need if we want to share it across different platforms, Windows and Linux. And then nodemon I'm going to put as well. That will help us in the development. All right. So let's put this in here. Let's hit enter and let's see what happens. So now npm will start to download the packages, and we can see it has added a lot of packages, 0 vulnerabilities, so that is very good. So far so good. Okay, so this is our production dependencies, and we can see it is put into the package.json as dependencies. We also have some development dependencies, so packages that we only need while developing the software. So we're going to write npm install save dev, or just d, and then we need to have a bit of extra packages here, and this relates a lot to TypeScript. So first off, we need to have, of course, TypeScript. So we're going to need the TypeScript compiler and additional files for this. We're going to need something called tsnode that will work together with Node.js, so we can use TypeScript. And let's try to put this in action. So that seemed to be okay. Added 21 packages here, no vulnerabilities. This is okay. And finally, we need the types. So we're going to need some types for Express. We're going to need some types for Joy and for Node. When the TypeScript compiler needs to check our code, it will do some type checking to see if there are any errors that it can find in our code before we put this into production. So yes, let's just choose this. Let's save it and install it. So that has also been installed. Very nice. Okay, so let's clear this one here. Then we're going to need something called npx. And what is npx? Let's see if we can find npx here. So npx is a command runner, or it is a program that will allow you to run npm packages, while npm is the package manager that will download the packages. And we're going to need it to run the tsnode, the TypeScript, among others. So this is also something that we need, even though it has almost the same name as npm. So we're going to put this in global, so it will be installed globally on the system. Maybe I already have it. Could be. Yes, I get an error. This is okay. It says file already exists. I already have npx. So no worries here. So we also have npx, but you can see if you type in npx version, it will give you a version number. All right, I think this is it. This was a long video, and we have installed our dependencies in the package.json file. We have set up the project for Node, and seems to be okay. We're going to do a lot more than this. But I think I'm going to cut the video off here so it doesn't get too long. So hope you make this work and have fun. Bye-bye.